Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A woman known for her generosity in the community falls victim to a horrific attack. Tonight, the circumstances of what police say happened in and around her home are coming to light. Thanks for being with us this evening. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Skillian. The killing of Jude Walton, according to police, has really shaken Ann Arbor. Now a man has officially been charged with her murder. Sean Lay was there, and Sean, they revealed a lot more about this case today.
Devin, and the one thing that sticks out is we all like to think we are safe right inside our own homes. It appears that is not the case here. What we learned in court today is that this suspect, this person, was walking around at midnight and appeared to pick Walton's home at random, break in, and attack her.
The defendant has been charged with open murder, CFC, and home invasion. The victim in this case died of strangulation.
A horrific attack that has shaken all of Ann Arbor, taking the life of longtime Ann Arbor resident Jude Walton, who worked to develop affordable housing for others. Ricky McCain now officially charged in the case and held without bond tonight.
Based on the circumstances of the crime and the charges, his criminal history, and our belief that he's a extreme threat to this community, I'm asking for you to deny his bond.
Walton's body was discovered during a welfare check last Thursday. There was evidence of sex crimes. Within 48 hours, Ann Arbor police arrested McCain. What investigators described to the court is absolutely chilling. A man they say is McCain is seen on a nearby security camera pacing around Walton's home just after midnight last Thursday, with Walton inside, likely asleep in her own home. She's targeted in the most brutal way.
Sound that is consistent with the sound of glass breaking is heard. After the breaking glass, suspect is seen standing on the porch for approximately a minute. It appears the suspect uses a flashlight or some type of light and enters the residence.
Police pointing to McCain's criminal history of criminal sexual conduct and assault, as well as failure to report as a sex offender. Back here live, bottom line. Now, McCain being held without bond right now. The judge said no bond for him. At the same time, Ann Arbor's interim police chief Devin said Walton's community work is the embodiment of Ann Arbor, and her loss is absolutely devastating for Ann Arbor. Back to you.
It's been crushing for a lot of people. All right, Sean.
It was a violent weekend in downtown Detroit, and much of that violence took place in Greektown. There were 5 shootings. 2 people were killed. It's not what anyone wants to see in a place known as a destination for dining and entertainment. Will Jones is live in Greektown with a look at how the incidents are being addressed. Will.
Kimberly, we spoke to some tourists who came in for the weekend, and this is not the story anyone wants them to leave Detroit with after coming to the city for a good time. Detroit police say they made arrests in all of the shootings, and that's because they had a heavy police presence down here this weekend. However, their goal is to prevent shootings, violence, before they happen.
Downtown is going to be for everyone.
Mayor Duggan and Chief White coming together after a violent weekend downtown that left 2 people dead, including a Greektown security guard. Several others were hurt.
We saw hundreds of people enjoying themselves with their family, with their children, and they're fed up with the violence too. Our citizens, our community, our business owners are fed up.
Although police already had a heavy presence downtown over the weekend, it was not enough to prevent bloodshed. Now they're stepping up their efforts, promising increased deployment to summer-like levels.
We're going to be more in the crowds looking for people who are legally carrying weapons. You don't want to bring your gun downtown.
The Greektown Neighborhood Partnership reacting to the weekend violence, saying in a statement, the Greektown neighborhood continues to work very closely with the City of Detroit, Detroit Police Department, partners in the business community on safety and security issues in the downtown. We fully support our safety partners. We ask that swift action be undertaken to secure our communities and that special measures are put in place so that downtown may be enjoyed and welcoming to all. This group from Columbus came in for the weekend to see a show.
It's concerning because, we come here, we're not too familiar with the area. When we see that sort of stuff, it's hard to know where we can go during the night and have a good time.
Just gotta walk around kind of extra cautious, but, Detroit's been great, and just besides that.
Downtown Detroit police are going to be focused on crowd management, noise control, curfew violations, and disorderly conduct. So if you're coming down to Greektown from here on out, you're going to see more officers. We're live in Greektown. Will Jones, Local 4.
Let's hope those things help, because we're not even to the summer months yet. Will, we appreciate your report this evening. Well, while no minors were involved in the violence this weekend in Greektown, there's a certain concern about the number of children out and about in that area at all hours of the day and night. Mayor Duggan says he himself saw it playing out over the weekend.
I just want to tell you what I saw. 10:15 at night, I was just driving because I was just immersed myself in what was going on at the corner of Randolph and Monroe. Just down the street from where we had a murder 2 hours before, had a shooting 45 minutes before. 10:15 at night, the car in front of me, 2 doors open up. 2 kids jump out that could not have been more than 11 years old. They head for Monroe and the car drives off. 10:15 at night, and those children are going into harm's way unaccompanied. And all I could think is there's no way the parents knew that those shootings happened earlier that night. But I also watched large numbers of 12 and 13-year-olds, 10 o'clock, 10:30 to 11 o'clock heading toward Greektown. And that's either somebody either dropped them off, or in many cases, I believe what happened is they were dropped off earlier in the day on the Riverwalk and nobody came back and picked them up. And so they worked their way to the Greektown area.
Yeah, and as a reminder, the city's curfew rules are between Friday and Sunday. 15 and under have to be in by 10 p.m. or be with an adult. 16 and 17-year-olds can be out until 11 p.m. The curfew lifts each day at 6 a.m.
Dearborn is going to be the first city in the U.S. to offer Eid as a paid holiday for city employees. It falls this Thursday into Friday. It marks, of course, the end of the holy month of Ramadan. We bring in Priya Mann live outside City Hall. Priya, the mayor says this gives representation to the citizens of Dearborn.
Yeah, that's right, Devin. He also says he listened to city workers as well as folks who live in Dearborn. He also said he wasn't going to be here for Eid. He wanted to observe the religious holiday with his family, so figured why not extend that to all city workers. It's a big day here in Dearborn. Eid falls on Friday. Of course, it marks the end of Ramadan. Throughout the holy month, our Muslim friends and neighbors are fasting during the day. They break fast at night. Eid this year with the lunar calendar falls Thursday night into Friday.
That this would be the first time that a municipal or city hall closes for the Eid.
In a historic first, Eid will be a paid holiday for city employees in Dearborn.
I think for many, it's just, being seen. It's recognizing that, your faith as well is recognized just like any others. And I think that's extremely important.
Dearborn's population is nearly 50% Arab American, and most of them are Muslim. Dearborn residents we spoke with support Eid as a paid holiday.
We're a big community here, so it's just nice to feel like you're celebrating the holiday. We respect it because all religions should be taken into consideration.
Well, everybody's getting up for the other holidays too, so that's great.
Also, for the first time, the city of Dearborn is hosting overnight festivals for Ramadan along West Village Drive. Eid marks the end of the holy month, and this year falls on Friday, which means city hall offices, public libraries, and the 19th District Court will be closed in observance of Eid.
I love it. I have 2 kids, so they get to celebrate it with their classmates too, and they can all celebrate something together, and it kind of gives Islam a positive look.
For us to kind of enshrine these as new traditions that will start taking place in the city of Dearborn, I think people feel like they're now a part of the city that they've always grew up in, that they're raising their families in, and now they can see themselves.
And speaking of new traditions, there will be a huge Eid celebration here on Saturday from 11 till 1:30. There will be free food. A lot of vendors here in Dearborn offering their services for free. The event, by the way, is free. The mayor tells me they asked folks to RSVP, and within just a couple of hours, more than 1,000 people had signed up for Eid celebrations here at City Hall on Saturday. Then again, that time from 11 to 1:30 p.m. So a lot of historic firsts happening here in Dearborn. Reporting live tonight, I'm Priya Mann. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, it sure is. All right, Priya.
A new state psychiatric hospital is being built in Northville. The state says the inpatient facility will replace the Hawthorne Center on Haggerty Road in Northville. It will house patients currently at the Hawthorne Center and the Walter P. Reuther Psychiatric Hospital in Westland. The state says both those facilities need to be replaced because of aging infrastructure. Money to build the new hospital is being allocated by the governor and the legislature. Construction is expected to begin this fall, and it could be finished by the year 2026.
Well, we have had quite a shift after a gorgeous stretch of days from the end of last week right into the weekend. As warned, we're
well,
right back
that's exactly right. Weather whiplash. Let's get over to Kim, see what's coming this week.
I know, we kept thinking, oh, one more day, one more day, one more day. We knew it had to change at some point, and yesterday was that day of change with those thunderstorms. Cold front swept through and has left behind kind of a mess in its wake. We've got rain, snow, and there's even been some sleet today. If you've been out and about, you probably had that on your windshield. Right now, a little bit of snow along I-96 from Howell over to Wixom. Milford getting some light snow at this hour, and then it changes over as we go to the east side, mixing in with a little bit of sleet and rain up into Macomb County. They're getting the same thing. Anything is possible, rain, sleet, or snow. It is starting to wind down. Temperatures dropping. 39 right now out at Metro Airport, 41 City Airport, 36 in Pontiac. When you send the kids to the bus stop tomorrow morning, it will be cold, only 34 degrees, and there could still be a little bit of light rain or snow mix with highs tomorrow only in the upper 40s. I'll have more on the 70s that's in the forecast, a little positive note for you, but you can always take a sneak peek at the forecast in your neighborhood. Just go download the 4Warn Weather app. Check out your favorite app store, type in WDIV. The app is free.